Hi guys, my name is Abby the Seamstress. Today I'm going to be showing you how to alter these pair of pants. I'm going to an event on Wednesday and need a nice looking suit, and as you can see, this pair of pants just does not fit at my natural waistline, so I'm going to be taking the waist in a little bit and also hemming the bottom to be the correct length. So ideally what you're going to start by doing is putting your pants on inside out. This just allows you to pin on the insides directly where you can sew. So if you did it right side with the right side out, you could pin it, but then you'd have to translate the pins to the inside. This just makes your life a whole lot easier. So you're going to want to pin along where you want to sew. On both sides. So pin both sides, make sure they're both even, make sure one side is not obnoxiously bigger than the other side. Make sure not to pin yourself. And then you're going to want to take either a Sharpie or some chalk or a marker and just draw a line along those pleats that you just made, so that whenever you take it off, you still know where you want to pin or where you want to sew. Now for some projects, you are able to take the garment off with the pins in it and still sew directly. However, with this project, I had already pinned myself so many times, I was tired of getting stabbed. So I decided to take the pins out and then repin it using the guidelines that I created on the pleats with a Sharpie. So then after I had it all pinned, we got started sewing. So what I'm doing here is I'm increasing the stitch length. This is something called a basting stitch, and we'll just make it easier later if we have to come back and seam rip for example, if our pleats are the wrong size or anything like that. It's much easier to seam rip with a basting stitch and go over it later than if I had just done a normal stitch and had to seam rip, because it's really the stitches are much shorter. It takes a lot longer to rip. So after sewing these on both sides, we're going to be done with the waist and be able to move on to the hem. Now for the hem, not gonna lie, I definitely cheated a little bit. Typically for hemming pants, what you're gonna want to do is mark wherever you want the hem to be, cut the pant leg, and then serge and hem it up. However, I knew that I wanted them shorter for this event that I would typically want for a job interview or going to work, which is where you would typically wear a suit like this. So I instead decided that I wanted them 6 inches shorter than they already were. So I just took the whole hem that was already existing there and folded it up and then pinned it there, and then put a basting stitch all the way around in a matching thread color so you couldn't tell. This way, so whenever if I ever choose to wear it to work or something, I can choose to take the seam out and let it down and hem it to a more appropriate length for whatever event I'm going to in the future. So this is the finished look. Thank y'all guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!